Coach Sully, Reps and Sweat Martial Arts and Fitness. This is Mat Chat. So today I wanted to talk about, and this is a topic that is very important to me and very important to everybody my age, whether they want to admit it or not. But today we're talking about longevity in fitness. If you're like most, as you start to get older, as you start to take on more responsibilities, start paying bills, start in your careers, relationships, as you get married, have children, the fitness aspect of your life starts to dwindle away. It becomes less and less priority. When you used to exercise without even trying, it was just something that happened in your life, whether you played sports in high school and college, or whether you would go out riding bikes with your friends, or go to the swimming pool. When you're younger, you seem to not have to make an effort to have fitness in your life. Fitness just seems to come with the territory. You're able to eat whatever you want. Most of us don't gain any weight when we're younger. And this kind of goes on until, like I said, those responsibilities start piling up. We graduate high school, we graduate college, we don't play sports anymore. We have nice, comfortable vehicle. We're not walking places anymore. We're not playing games, active games with our friends anymore. All of the things that kept fitness in our lives start to slowly go away. And most of us don't realize that it's gone, or don't realize that that's a problem until it actually becomes a problem. And then we're left kind of trying to figure out what we need to do. When we're younger, fitness is such a thing, is one of those things that we take for granted. And then we don't realize how much of a priority it is until a lot of times it's too late. Even the people who have good genetics, the people who are excellent athletes, you even see it in professional athletes. When they retire, they're not in shape anymore. They've lost their reason to stay in shape. And I would argue, and so probably would doctors, that fitness is more important for you in your later years than it is in your younger years. So the way it is now, the way it is in most of our lives, the way it's prioritized is backwards. We take on these responsibilities, and understandably so. You got to keep a roof over your head. You got to feed your families. You got to feed your kids. And the fitness aspect becomes less and less of a priority. And then we don't know how to bring ourselves back until it's too late. And a lot of times, getting back into shape, we don't revisit fitness until we're dealing with chronic obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes. We try to integrate it when we're very far down the rabbit hole of out of shapeness, and find ourselves having a difficult time with trying to reintegrate it into our lives. So let's look at why fitness was such a huge part in your life when you were younger. To make it simple, to keep it simple, fitness was a part of your life because you had an active lifestyle. You played sports. You rode your bike. You went swimming. You ran races with your friends. It was a part of your lifestyle. So you didn't have to, quote unquote, prioritize it. It was just what you did. It was a part of your life. You exercised because you wanted to play basketball with your friends. You exercised because you wanted to go ride your bikes across town with your friends. You exercised because you wanted to play in the pool with your friends. It was a part of your life. And I believe that's one of the reasons why so many people have a hard time trying to reintegrate fitness into their lives. And, I'm not here to knock any method of fitness, but, we can't overlook the fact that people get on fitness regimens and fall off. They'll start and fall off in a few months. They'll get the gym membership and use it for a couple months, and something happens and it's just not priority anymore. They'll go to the gym just to exercise. So it's not really associated with anything that's fun for them. And then people expect to be able to do this for an indefinite amount of time. They expect to find longevity in something when they haven't developed any sort of connection. Again, I'll go back. The reason why fitness was easy for you when you were younger is because it was a part of your lifestyle. So if you want fitness to be easy for you again, it needs to be part of a lifestyle. How do we do that? There's many ways, but I'm going to share how I did it and what helped me keep fitness in my life for a long time. So unlike a lot of folks, I was a kid and I played outside and all that stuff, but I never played any sports, any organized sports when I was younger. Didn't really consider myself an athlete when I was a teenager. And I I specifically started exercising with push-ups, pull-ups, all of that good stuff when I was about maybe 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. And I specifically wanted to get jacked. And I was really, really disciplined about it. My friends will tell you, and they were asking me, dude, you want, it was like, you know how you are hanging out with a friend, or you don't see them that often, and you might see them, after the summer, or you might see them, in 6 months, and then they look completely different. That was the type of transformation that happened for me in my late teens, early 20s. So the friends who hadn't seen me in a year's time, all of a sudden, now I'm Suli with muscles. And I exercise, and at the time, I did a little bit of martial arts. I wasn't 100% into martial arts like I am now. But I exercised and exercised. I had a Gold's Gym membership, and I would lift my weights, get on a treadmill, do my cardio, all of that good stuff. Then I was probably maybe still in my early 20s, maybe about 24, maybe 25. I remember I started to get really, really bored with going in there and lifting weights. I wasn't competing for anything. I wasn't necessarily trying to get stronger, obviously, you want to improve your bench press, but it wasn't something that I was kind of progressively trying to move forward in. I had gotten in pretty good shape, in which to me meant that I looked good with a shirt off, and I started to get bored. And I remember that I had slacked on the gym for about 4 months straight. I'm like, I gotta do something else. But luckily, around that time is when I discovered martial arts. And since I discovered martial arts, I have not lifted weights consistently, treadmills. I've been on the treadmill a few times, but all of that stuff, all of the regular standard gym stuff, I stopped doing it because I just completely got bored with it. And I needed something that was attached to a lifestyle to keep my interest. And I'm so thankful that I discovered martial arts, because I know for a fact, had I not discovered martial arts, I would have went down the same road that most of us go down. We'll get there, and then as life starts piling on responsibilities, the fitness part of our life starts to become less and less priority. Now with martial arts, now the goal was different. Now the goal was to get better. Now the goal was to sharpen my skills. Now the goal is to get good at jiu-jitsu, get the next belt, get the belt after that, get proficient on my feet, get my cardio up to spar. There was always, and there still is, and this is 25 years later, there's still progress to be made. Lots of progress to be made. And if I did not figure out a way to make fitness a part of a lifestyle, and in my case, it's the martial arts lifestyle, I would not have been able to continue doing it. So, my advice to folks that are looking to make fitness, that are serious about making fitness A lifetime endeavor is to attach it to something that you love. Attach it to something that you won't get bored of. That can mean dancing. That can mean sports. But see, the problem with organized sports, and if you could find some sort of organized sports that you can do for a long period of time. But the problem with organized sports is, unless you're there's just a lot of things that keep you away from it. But again, if you like going to run, if you like playing basketball, go join a league. If you like playing soccer, go join a league. If you like dancing, go take a class, go join a group, learn how to do it, teach, perform it. Keep taking it to the next level. Because, like I said before, the reason why fitness, as we get older, starts to slip away from us is because we start separating our lifestyle from the fitness. If we want fitness to remain priority, if we want to be able to benefit from fitness into our older age, because like I said earlier, that's when fitness counts. When you get 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, an active lifestyle and a fit lifestyle will take you into your older age gracefully. Without it, you have no chance. You have no chance. So you got to attach it. You have to figure out a way to make fitness a lifestyle. And you can do that by attaching it to something that you love. All right, folks, I gotta run. Coach Suley, Reps and Sweat Martial Arts and Fitness. This was Mat Chat.